Hi, hello, hello. Oh my god, I forgot to reset my webcam. Just a second, you guys. Let's pull that down. That was very bright. I knew I was forgetting something today, and that would be it. For some reason with Streamlabs, they never actually keep your camera settings, and you have to redo it every single time. That's a little better. Hi! We fixed it. How is your Wednesday going, y'all? Welcome, welcome. I hope you've been having a good day so far. Fire John, you were first in the chat today. We got Court here as well, and Chloe. Kill a Maverick. Well, hi. Hello, hello. What were you all up to? And do you have any good spoon boosts for me is my question. You know, those yummy, yummy spoon boosts. Love the makeup look. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alicia, thank you for a resubscription for 21 months. Thank you very much. Well, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. And you're watching the stream outside. Good choice. Get some fresh air, all that good stuff. And yes, Rosie's now live. Hello, Phoenix Firefay. Hello. Today was such a... let's see. I was with one of my play partners yesterday at their place, like last night. Came home and napped. I was such low energy today. So I ended up napping for quite a while, and I was like, okay, I gotta put my face on, gotta put a look on. So I went with like this butterfly-esque looking thing. Ooh, Court, that is a great spoon boost. We love getting super duper cute little outfits. Look at you, super cute, super demure, so mindful. You could use some utensils? Yeah, right? Yes, we're doing some pretty purples today. Hello, lame person. How art thou? Loving the Mother of Dragons wig ethereal look? Yeah. I felt like purple was a pretty good overall theme for today, so that's what we're going for. Sad Kitten has a spoon boost. Hit day 60 in your self-care journey as tracked by the Finch app. Nice. I remember you talking about that in another stream, but that's awesome that routine's still going for you. Death God says, hello, super cute goddess. Hi. How are you? And I'm doing all right. Kind of low energy today, unfortunately, but it looks so beautiful, like the heckin' cutie streamer. Aw. Alexa, stop. I don't know why. Don't ask me why she's like that. Not a clue. Not a... Oh my god, not a heckin' clue. Mercy. Hello, Tiger Man. But yeah, I've... actually pull this down a little bit too. I've been kind of in a weird place. Today. Let's switch over to lo-fi. And very helpful. Easier to take care of digital burp than for myself. Am hacking Bwayne. We love to see it. So I was talking on last stream on Monday about how I've been contending with some health issues and how it's been very difficult to adhere to routine. And that's kind of been nerfing my capacity to literally just follow through on projects that I really, really want to. But I literally can't because body just won't keep up. Court says I actually am feeling a lot more myself since I gone through the gauntlet, and now some accessibility tools need It's been a real boost to my self-confidence, and even though I've been a billion times more embarrassed since then, I'm actually self-advocating. Well, fantastic. We love to see that for you. Ooh, Death God, that sounds awful. That sounds very uncomfortable. Your partner and you went on an adventure today. Ooh, that sounds great. Quack to you too, Penguin. Chloe says, bringing you on my Cinderella quest today. Boyfriend stuck at work all day alone, so no lunch date, and mother-in-law returns from her holiday tomorrow morning. So the chores all need to be done. Ah, gotcha, hence the Cinderella. You're like, we got chores galore. Angel Wolf says, Spoon Boost, I guess, is watching stream and Sunset at the same time. That is a good. That is a good. Also, speaking of Monday's stream, I decided to simply just take that down. If you guys were here for that stream, we unfortunately had a hate raid on, because I'm double streaming, right? And we had like a hate raid come through where like they were from like a specific content creator and their Discord server, and I really, like, I went to check out their page and I was like, I do not want any kind of free advertising going out to this person, which is kind of the ironic part of a hate raid like that is it's just like a bunch of these guys rolling in on you, like verbally degrading you, but they're just there in some stranger's stream on a random Monday night giving this fucking asshole free advertising. And they'll be in your chat being like, you're so cringe, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what's cringe? Is giving free advertising work to this fuck. Oh, hi, Zob. They're saying, I just got back from vacation in Salem, Massachusetts, and Niagara Falls on the New York side. Got some witchy stuff, saw some ghosts, and got drenched at Horseshoe Falls. Saw some ghosts, huh? Sounds like a fun time. Oh, it wasn't too draining. No, it was more like, it's just, on the YouTube side, you have to go through, unfortunately, YouTube streaming side is not as up to date as Twitch is. So when it comes to a hate raid, when it hits you on YouTube, you don't have the same moderation tools, unfortunately, and like YouTube needs to catch up on that. The fact that you were trying to help them, though, was endearing. I don't know. It's kind of, I honestly felt bad for them because I was like, if you're here in my stream bullying me, you are grown-ass men rolling up on my stream on a random Monday instead of, I don't know, being with a girlfriend, being with a family, having a hobby. Like, it's giving antisocial personality disorder is what it's giving, and it's just like, you guys, this isn't normal. Normal, healthy people don't do this. Hi, Quinn Miss. Exhausted from a day of catching up with chores, but you're here for once. Hey, it's good to have you in chat. How do you say YouTube sucks without saying YouTube sucks? Yeah, unfortunately with YouTube and TikTok, it's kind of similar. I don't think you can hate raid on TikTok, though. As effectively. Unfortunately, when they're trying to be streaming competitors to Twitch, they are not nearly as efficient on things like moderation. You helped? What did you help with? What was the help for? And how is it the stupid cheap viewers bot, how do we get one of those like literally every stream? Aw, thank you, Tiger Man. No, it was you watch that because like when I say I looked up the content creator they were advertising for and I was like, this guy is leading y'all nowhere. Sad Kitten says, YouTube does need to catch up to Twitch for moderation and live stream tools in general. It's good, but not quite there. At least YouTube's holding on to their good aspects that got them to be the big name they are. This is true. Except for the adpocalypse, YouTube has been fairly steady in regards to refraining from full enshittification. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Penguin, for helping me track that down. No, in the clock app, you just get mass reported. It's one of the reasons I don't really go live over on. I don't really go live over on TikTok that often because people will literally just report your stream, and for some reason TikTok allows that. Like you'll just get your stream pulled down. It's very anxiety inducing. You are a very good bird. Bestest bird behavior. So it's not great. And then I've been hitting like health walls in regards to content. You'll give me extra spoons, thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely could use the spoons. Every platform has an adpocalypse. Eventually they all get there. They do. At some point they can't afford to keep operating, and why people got to be those people, like I said, it's giving antisocial personality things. Yes, indeed. Mark it off your bingo card. Mm. Will a spork help? It might. It might. But there's been a few projects in mind that I've had. Bayama's had one single therapy session, now cured of all trauma. I love that for you. I wish. I have my therapy session tomorrow morning. We have a hydrate as well. Water. I actually have 2 glasses here, so double the water. Right? Sporks are spoons, but they're stabby. But I've kind of had a few like long-term projects, such as like the Liminal Space project and Never Blessed, but my body has been crashing on me over and over again. And the makeup looks that I like to do are very, very lengthy. They take a lot of time, and as I'll have full intentions to like do the full look and film stuff, but I'll manage to film a little bit of something with it and then be completely exhausted. Got to get back in with therapy. Got messed up an insurance charge back in June. Oh, that sucks. That sucks a lot. Have I tried rebooting? Have I tried rebooting it? Oh, that would be good. I would like that. I very much would. And also, I'm hitting a little bit of a wall with Instagram because Instagram doesn't like the more elaborate looks that I like to do. So I've been hitting like this wall of like the content that runs in the Instagram algorithm is not content my brain wants to do right now. But the content my brain wants to do right now doesn't run very well there. And I'm just like, ugh, please. Please. Especially like the more elaborate looks and stuff. Have you tried having a friend reboot you? Actually, yes. Unfortunately, it doesn't cure the health problems, but does do other good things. Yeah, let's see. I'll be seeing... I got one play partner to see tomorrow evening. I took them to an escape room not too long ago. That was really fun. And yeah, I'll see them tomorrow. And then my other play partner is going to take me to a rage room on Friday evening, which I'm very much looking forward to. The elaborate looks are amazing, though. Thank you. Thank you. And unfortunately, there's a few things I've learned during my time as a content creator. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Phoenix. That's, you have a horny asexual friend? That's, I don't know much about being asexual, but as far as, you know what? I'm not gonna ask questions. Rage rooms? I've done a rage room once before, and that was so satisfying. So very satisfying. I had a lot of fun. It was right after a friend took me to a rage room right around the time that I was separating from my ex-husband. And I had a lot of rage to work out at that time because the day or so prior, they've been telling this friend all kinds of weird shit about me. Like this was when I found out they were telling people that I was doing stuff like blood magic and things like that, and I was like, what? The way that they will literally make shit up. The wildest people will lie on your name about the wildest shit. And I was like, I can't even stand blood. I've said this to you guys before. I can't stand blood. So I'm not sure why on earth you thought this would fly, because absolutely not. No. Should we be preemptively be little shits to give you extra things to let out in the rage room? Not that you need more. Only if you want to lose Nutella privileges. Rosie in a rage room knocks over a table, then the Canadian kicks in, picks it up, and apologizes. Oh, right. Like, I really want to transition away. As much as I love the meme content, I really do wish that platforms also liked the other content just as much. So I'm like, this is so much work. This took me like 3 to 4 hours. And yet, unless it's like some kind of raunchy joke about like kink or something, like nobody interacts with it at the same level. And it's like, come on. No, the last time I was in a rage room, I destroyed a printer and a TV and a fuck ton of dishes. You'd be apologizing so much to each thing. No, it's satisfying. It is very satisfying. Yeah, when it comes to, I would say I'm probably on the opposite side of the A spectrum, so I can't comment on it whatsoever, because I have no understanding of it. All I can say is whatever experience you're having, it's got scientific backing. It's valid. I can't speak to it because it's not my experience. My brain doesn't operate that way. We'll let you have it. If I'm not the expert in it. It was very cathartic for a rage room. Let's just say that. Zoth says, yeah, went on a ghost tour, actually saw 2 apparitions. First was on the 2nd floor of the Turner's Seafood Restaurant, which is allegedly haunted by the ghost of Bridget Bishop. That sounds like fun. I've been on a couple ghost tours, but I've never actually seen anything on one of those. Asexual, but not by choice. I don't think many people's sexuality is a choice. Get sad when accidentally bump a table and immediately apologize. You're just out here personifying all the things. Zoth says, looked at a far right window of the 2nd floor, saw the apparition of a young woman. I can make out white collar. There's no visible body or hair, only face and neckline. The apparition faded into the darkness, leaving behind the impression of 2 piercing blue eyes. Well, either you saw an apparition or they've got some wicked special effects going on. Wish I had some grasp of the algorithm gods. Don't know if anybody else does. Either way, that's all kinds of annoying. It is all kinds of annoying, but that is the way that it is. Just want to watch, you know? No, I don't know. I've always been more of a participatory type of person. I've been much more of a participatory person, not gonna lie. Which if you guys have found my side quests, you would probably be very well aware. My wife and I are planning to go to an event at Rolling Hills Asylum for our anniversary in October. We want to get some great EVP, or what is EVP? Hi, Penguin. Doing some double interaction, huh? You're getting bit by mosquitoes? Yeah, it's probably a good time to come back inside. That would probably be best. That's a good thing to do for yourself. Yeah, I'm not sure what EVP stands for, but I'm glad you guys had fun at the event. Ghost voices, is that what it is? Court says, oh yeah, so I always joke that sexuality is the direction you're moving in and that libido is the speed you're moving, so an ace with high libido would be sprinting in place. I think there's stuff about like the ace spectrum that, like I said, it makes no sense to me whatsoever, because I'm like, if you have a libido, are you technically ace? But I guess so. And so I try to be very careful around it, because I literally don't understand that whatsoever. I'm like, if you feel a libido, I personally wouldn't like the logical conclusion as a pleb, as a peasant who is not educated on it, I would assume that if you feel libido, you're not ace at all. Like, ace would be like, everything's dead. You don't feel anything, you don't act on anything. Like, it's just like, but it is a spectrum. It is a spectrum. And like I said, that part of the spectrum, I know nothing about. I will be very upfront that I don't understand it. And what I would assume because I don't know anything about it, honestly, I don't study it. I genuinely don't relate to it. One of the hard things for me with with asexuality is I can't relate at all. I'm like way on the other end of it. And so I'm like, okay, I honestly, I don't even like the thought of it. I don't like the thought of being asexual. I'm like, this sounds so frustrating. To me, who's on the other side of the spectrum, it sounds frustrating as fuck. And like I said, it's one of the things where I'm just like, I'll be very upfront. I don't know anything about it. I don't understand it. And I will respect that any of my assumptions about it are probably incorrect, and I will defer to research and if that's your sexuality, I'll defer to your experience in it. You don't need to explain it to me, because I'm not. I will be very straight up with you. If you're asexual, you can't explain it to me. I won't get it. I'm like, all I'll get is like, I'll get like the research side of things, but when it comes to your actual lived experience, I'll be very upfront with you. I won't understand it, because it's not how my brain operates. I can logically get it, but not but like that's not going to sink in, right? Would I consider myself hyper? I would consider myself closer to hyper maybe, but I'm also very picky. Wow, Zoth, that sounds like quite the that sounds like quite the experience. EVP stands for electronic voice phenomenon. It's a ghost hunter tool where on a recording you might pick up something that sounds like a voice. Oh, okay. That makes sense. And you actually got a picture of it. Chloe says, think I'm ace because my motor doesn't work without a button, but I'm not educated on the topic either, so don't know. I think that's fair. That's how a lot of ace people feel about, the opposite of ace. Yeah, I think that's just the thing. Unless you have lived experience with something, you're not really going to necessarily understand it. Yeah, it's like a basketball player trying to cheer on their friend in the opera. There's a disconnect. Yeah, so on one end we have people playing basketball, and on the other end we have people singing opera, and it's two very different experiences. And yeah, I think when it comes to something like asexuality, there's kind of a barrier of just not wanting to spend energy to understand it, because I think for a lot of people it's just simpler if it's black and white, right? So if people are like, oh, you're asexual, but then you try to add in nuance of, oh, I'm horny sometimes, then I think like for those who aren't asexual, there's like this this internal sense of, well, then you're not asexual, right? And you have to do work with yourself to pull that back and be like, no, shit has nuance. And nuance takes effort. Nuance takes energy. And yeah, growing and maturing as a person means that you do spend the time and energy, right? You don't want to boomer this stuff. Don't understand most of any of adult fun times, mainly because it's hard to research and explore. We're all aloisexual. Yeah, I think there's places where the information can be found, but yeah, like I said, it's very much like on one end, like it's not something I understand, but have to be supportive of. Like, just that's well, and not. I don't know if support's not even the right word. It's simply, to me, it's like, is there research on this? Is research showing that it's a thing? Okay, research shows it's a thing. We're deferring to the research. I'm not a researcher. I'm not a psychologist. It's not up to me to say what is or is not a thing on the spectrum of sexuality. Because that would be boomer shit, right? Bayama, if they're a Shibari teacher, wouldn't they be doing the tying? Because I see the joke, but my brain just went like, if they're the teacher, aren't they supposed to be doing the tying up of other people? And exactly. You don't actually have to understand something to accept that it's a thing. You don't have to understand it to respect it. You don't have to understand it to be like, this is this person's experience. And I think that is genuinely part of maturing as an adult, is recognizing the times and places where you've tied yourself up before. But if they're teaching, I don't know, sorry. I'm like, I see the joke, but my brain was like, wait, you do the goods, yeah. Related topics like identity, accept and respect it. I just can't do much to learn more, which I would like to do. Was going to teach Shibari, but didn't want to get roped into anything. Oh my god. Okay, that would be a great way to take it, actually. Yeah, just to take the joke over. I don't understand quantum mechanics, but I believe people who say it's a thing. Yeah, right? You just have somebody talking about like quantum physics and you're just like, you know what? I will not. Yes, when it comes to something like asexuality, I'm like, I will not be I don't understand it, but I will not be like the flat earther equivalent to what is being described to me. I think that's like where most people, but Bayama, are you a teacher yourself? I'm so I see the joke effort, but my brain was like, what is Shibari called when they're by water? Sea-bari. Boo. Boo. Did you say people are into Shibari are naughty? I guarantee you somebody's already made that joke. I guarantee it. Somebody has already made that joke many times over. Many, many, many. And honestly, I think when it comes to my own sexuality, I haven't actually put any kind of effort into, I don't have a specific identifier for it. I can't literally be like, yeah, this is where I am. Like, I wouldn't say I was hypersexual. Like, if there is a term for where I'm at, I haven't actually cared to hunt it down, because when it comes to my sense of self, I haven't found it to be relevant to me. I don't feel like I need it for my own sense of self and my experience with sexuality. We're approaching critical mass with the punishment. Oh my god. Mhm. I don't think everybody needs it. I think for some people it can be very like it's genuinely helpful. Hi Bane. Well, you know what they say, being tied up leaves you in suspension. Look what you started by, Emma. You're at fault for this. And I think that's the thing, is that I don't feel a need to find a label or identifier for my sexuality, because my sexuality falls within, I guess, what society considers normal parameters. Whereas I think with asexuality, there's more of a need for labels and identifiers, because your experience tends to fall outside of what is considered, unfortunately, like the norm, the median, whatever. And so it can be very helpful just to be like, oh, I'm not fucked up, I'm not broken. I think that's like the help of those labels is, I'm not broken, this is what my brain is. Crystal Jade says, I love Shibari with every fiber of my being. Oh my god. Hi Sasha. How did we get roped into the topic of Shibari? Bayama. Bayama is at fault for this. Labels can help, but can also be the bane of people's existence. I don't know, for some people, I've heard them describe that. Makes me wonder how many sailors back in the olden days were into Shibari, you know, with the knot tying. I am not sure. Because we know that it kind of got brought over from Japan. If chat can't make you roll your eyes during stream, are we really doing our job? I guess not. I guess not. Hi Sky. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, no, the way I've been, I have definitely been in, also, I'm the first one to get your name correct. I'm glad. It always makes me happy when I can do that. Yeah, no, today's been such like a weird energy, because I can feel a big shift coming. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that, Rala. I heard their update was pretty shitty. Labels help, but you need to make sure that your definitions are the same and communicate the feelings. Mm-hmm. Labels you choose for yourself can be helpful. The ones others put on you are iffy. Mm-hmm. Could always go back to the cheese puns. Always with the cheese puns, and it's always Gouda. You guys always start with Gouda when it comes to the cheese puns, without fail. Here's your challenge. Next time you open with cheese puns, you can't open with Gouda. Zoss says, it's mind-blowing, never seen apparitions before, only felt or heard them, been doing a physical clairvoyance practice using tarot cards, which I credit for the new perception. Yeah, that's that would be another thing I can't relate to. I simply just like, I can only like hear the experience from somebody else and take it in, because I can't say anything overly spiritual is something that I experience. Hey Derigo, welcome, welcome. Mercury is retrograde till end of August, and there's other ones retrograde till October, November, December, retrospectively. Gross! That's too much retrograde. Cheese puns get so grating. Boo! Boo! Boo. Unbelievable. I swear to God, you're all getting the banhammer. You're all. This is going to be me protecting my peace. Oh my god. Tomato, 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 tomato. Also, your mic quality sounds so incredibly smooth. Must have worked hard on that. I have a very good mic. I have a good mic. You're a provolone at cheese puns. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. You're a monster. Thank goodness there's a limited amount of different types of cheeses. You're very good at stringing them along. Unbelievable. Well done, chat. We switched this one out. Yeah, no, I can feel just a bit of a difference in my brain over the summer, where I think that there's 500 different cheeses in France. Well, I'm assuming they're in French, so they won't hit. They're not gonna hit in this chat. I don't know French. Feta believe we know these puns. Gosh. I think you mean Jesus Christ. I always, yes. Merry Jesus. But yeah, I've kind of been in a little bit of a stressed place because my brain has undergone some things. My brain has, in many ways, kind of altered. Chat will run out of puns. Let's test this hypothesis. I swear to God, you guys are gonna give me soul cancer. We go so many. Is it we know so many cheese puns? We might well name a baby bell. Why are you guys like this? This is why we can't have nice things. You already used, it doesn't count. You already used cheddar. You already used strike. Strike that joke. We've already seen cheddar. You need a new one. Every cheese joke has to be a new cheese that nobody's mentioned yet. Altered how? Well, let's just say that oh no, it's not too personal of a question. If you haven't been or like if you're newer to my streams, then you wouldn't have context. I think people who have heard some of like how my life has gone some very different directions would know. Hey, I said no more cheddar. We already have it. It's not like you've curated your audience. Oh my God. If you could grant us permission, we'll continue. No, permission denied. Permission denied. Is Velveeta a cheese? I swear to God. Well, I guess like speaking of spiritual things, because I can't say that I see ghosts or apparitions. I would say I get gut feelings or gut intuitions. Velveeta is cheese food? What is cheese food? I thought cheese was a food. You cannot be out here telling me that cheese eats food. I swear to God. Why is it always cheese puns? It's always cheese puns. Need to put the cheese jokes away. Oh my God. Honestly, it came from your little human videos. They're very sweet. Super new to the stream. Well, welcome. Rosie, have you seen Americans? Americans. As in like from Americans from the United States? Yes. Kraft is a cheese product. It doesn't say food, but it is technically a food. We know it. We know this to be a food. I'm sorry. I'm trying to have a conversation and the cheese puns are just never ending. Who put me in the charcuterie of the puns? Oh my God. Visited Gettysburg back a few months ago. Was not prepared for the psychic guy punch. Oh no. What was really funny is that I typically don't like anything to do with psychics and mediums and stuff. I'm pretty like about. But as a lark, I was at a rock and fossil expo, And there was this lady doing readings with rocks, and she would give you a reading based on the rocks you chose out of a pile. This woman, dead ass, told me that I would be pregnant in 2 years and that it would be a boy. And my friend was next to me and she was laughing because she knows how much I don't vibe with pregnancy. And I just looked at her. I was like, shut up. And I looked at this woman. I was like, absolutely not. I ended up pregnant 2 years later. I don't know if it was a boy or not because we vacuumed that out. But the friend came over with ice cream. Listen, what would boost my serenity stat would be actually would be eating cheese. Some cheese does eat food because some cheese have things like mold as part of them. And since mold is a living organism that thus eats food, don't say that. Don't say these words to me. Don't say that. Oh, doing okay when I say altered. Oh no, when I say altered, I'm talking about maturity as well as processing. I don't mean altered in a bad way. I mean altered in my brain feels different. I like personality wise have in some ways feel very different. I know there's no cheese channel point redemption, but that would probably kill me. There's cheese in Italy that has maggots in it. Oh, you can't be serious. I hate that. Y'all are telling me terrible things. Terrible, terrible things. I reject. Be gone. Be gone. I don't need to hear about the cheese maggots. That is awful. Or the cheese mold. No, y'all are gonna ruin cheese for me, and I can't have that. This can't say it's not so. Please no, don't do this to me. Ew. Ew. But what was really funny is that back in high school, I think it was about grade 12, I had the weirdest feeling. I was attending like a private Seventh-day Adventist, like private Christian high school at the time. My mental health was for shit. So I would go basically while everybody else was sleeping in. I get up super early and walk the campus and just try to get like some fresh air, ground for the day, that sort of thing. And this was at the time before I deconstructed from Adventism. I still had all of these beliefs about God and the end of the world. So when I say my mental health in grade 12, for shit, because that's what that type of theology will do to your brain. It doesn't tend to do good things for you, especially if you're younger. It's a very specific type, and it's kind of fancy, expensive. You cannot tell me the maggot cheese is fancy. And people pay extra for it. Oh, God. Younger Rosie lore. Younger Rosie lore. Younger Rosie was depressed as fuck. Sloth says, went to a place in Ohio called Cheese Haven, which has 125 different types of cheese. That sounds sublime. Hopefully not the maggot cheese. That is upsetting to me. I can't believe people consider that a delicacy. That is upsetting. That is upsetting to me on so many different levels. But the thing is, what I'll get every once in a while is I'll get weird premonitions about things. To be honest, I wish I got more. That probably would have saved me. That probably would have saved me so much grief if those premonitions came more often. Are you fed up with these puns? Listen, I just let the puns roll because I'm just like, oh my God, soul cancer. Sorry to tell about myself, but I relate hard to that femboy that was raised that way as well. Man, I'm glad to get out. It's 100% understand that change and getting out. It is good. And I love that. I love that for you because those types of environments are not kind on people who are alternative or queer. It's not great. But I remember walking around campus, and I had the weirdest feeling that at the age of 31, between the age of 31 to 32, I would experience some kind of death. And not necessarily like dead, but like ego death, right? Like a certain type of, some part of like yourself fundamentally alters and changes. Kind of like how if you look back on your life and you try to relate to 12-year-old you and you're just like, yeah, that's a whole other person. You gotta roll with the punches. Oh my God. It hurts. It burns. It burns. People do eat some horrific things. I have also eaten some horrific things, but I regret them. You can train your inner voice like a muscle. Takes a lot of work, though. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard, at least. Yeah, a passover from one stage of your life to the next. And it hit me, like, here I am. I'm literally in high school, and I got this punch to my gut of your life in this year, this specific year of your life. Everything is going to change so drastically, and every single thing that you knew, like, is going to alter. Like, your, like, family, friends, everything you know now is going to be gone this on this year. And that stuck with me. I've had that, like, sitting with me for a decade. It sat with me for a decade. And then this year, sure enough, surprise, surprise, it did actually come through. And now it's got me in a weird place with my content, because when I try to do the content that I was doing before, it feels weird. It feels adjacent to my brain. 12-year-old self was happier than current me. Ignorance is bliss sometimes. Sometimes it is. Get deja vu sometimes, but it's never anything important. Just figure I hit a glitch in the matrix and move on. Penguin says, I'm gonna get emotional here because I just forgot I hit 3 years of following you on the 11th. Don't worry, I won't make you cry this time. Just want to say finding in this community was the best to happen to me when I was in that hellhole, Arkansas. Thank you for a wonderful 3 years. Oh, Penguin. I can't believe it's been 3 years of streaming. How wild is that? Further proof you're powerful. I wish I felt powerful. I wish I did. And I spent the past couple of years making a lot of POV content. However, where my brain is at a different place. Like, I've been doing, the looks that I typically do have been elevating. I'm just not quite sure what to do with them. And when I do my usual, when I do like the usual POV stuff that I used to do, it feels like I'm trying to do something that another person does, and I'm trying to emulate it. And I'm like, but this was my thing. This is what I would do. But my brain feels different. It's kind of hard to describe. It makes sense though. Probably feels like you're trying to play another person now. Well, yeah, it's more like I feel like my own person, but when I try to do my old content, that is what feels like playing a different person. You lead an army. You're only glad you use your powers for good. Y'all are lucky. Honestly. I think I said this on stream before, where I was just like, y'all are lucky. Y'all are so lucky. There's so many people in my life who are lucky that I'm actually a pretty chill person. After some of the shit that I've been through, like, I could have, and I did not get to have a villain era. Instead, y'all got the person who eats cheese sticks and takes a lot of naps and glues things to their face. That's That's what's really funny to me is I'm just like, man, I could have had a full villain era, and I didn't get to. I didn't do the thing. I could have though, and it would have been valid. Maybe not necessarily like there it's very much they had it coming. They had it coming. But no, instead I chose cheese sticks and naps and gluing things to my face. That's literally 95% of my routine is that. Unmasking healing makes for going back to before complicated. It does. It really does. Well, forever missed a little human content, but you need to 100% do what makes you feel safe and comfortable. Yeah. Yeah, and that's... Let's see. Taka says, you know yourself better than anyone, but the imposter syndrome or disassociation from the content could be seen as a sign of depression or fatigue. That is also a good point. You're giving me Pinky and the Brain vibes. Honestly, it's never too late to be the villain. No, the way that people in my life are so lucky that not only is it not in my nature, I am genuinely too tired to be a villain. I don't have energy for that. Which is really funny to me. And I know as like a content creator, you do have to watch to a certain degree, like the jokes and stuff that you make, just in case somebody decides to like square up with you about it, and you're just like, no, I'm just a silly EP little guy. But honestly, the thought of somebody like, if I were to literally be like, as a joke, like jokingly be like, oh, I'm gonna go villain mode, like I'm owed this, and then somebody would be like, oh, you're actually a problem. I'd be like, no, that's clearly a joke because I would rather nap. The thing is, I will never have a revenge arc because I would rather be there. I don't think anyone could do me dirty enough for me to actually go like, you know, what is that one song? That one song that goes, I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive, carved my name into his leather seats. Like, there is no... I don't think there's anything anybody could do to me that would get me to go Carrie Underwood on somebody, because I literally just... I'm an EP little guy. And yeah, being a villain, you need to be organized, have an agenda, plot a devious plan, execute the plan. There's so much work. I need a villain layer. Honestly, let's not make that a challenge. just a silly goose. But you could nap evilly. Yes, I take evil little naps where I scheme about the things I probably won't ever do. Rosie, I'm a go full villain once I finish my chalky milk and a nap. Right? You have to eat with the live maggots or the cheese will go bad. Apparently the maggots make the cheese creamier. That is often. Just a little guy. Just a little guy. It's just a silly EP little guy. Honestly, as much as I deserve a little bit of chaos as a treat. Honestly, like, given the weird unhinged shit that some people have put me through, I would deserve a little bit of chaos, but no. But no, they did weird unhinged shit to a silly EP little guy. And I'll probably nap about it. D&D question. If Rosie was a villain in your campaign, what would their lair actions be? Ooh, that's a good question. We all know you'd be a super villain because you've got the... Oh, yes. Presentation! Listen, I would bring the presentation, and then the villain shit's up to y'all. Might have saved a little trouble for the next girl. What kind of chaos would you do? As a joke, obviously. The type of chaos that I would do, I can't do because I'm human. If I had the capacity to haunt somebody, speaking of ghosts, see, I would be a thread puller. If I were not human, if I had like that kind of capacity, what I would do, hypothetically in Minecraft, okay, is that because, like I've said this before, as a people pleaser, you get to know the people you're pleasing fairly well. You get to know the things that they're insecure about. You get to, like, you know the places where they're lazy and they don't put in enough effort. You know where, like, the cracks are. So if I were to go full villain mode, I would have magic abilities to pull the threads out from under. So basically be like, oh, you did me dirty? Well, I'm just going to pull this little thread, yoink, and there you go. There you go. You forgot to haunt your players last D&D session? Nice. Aw, sounds good, Penguin. Thank you. It feels like your new self fighting with your old self, like near POV, but then pulling out yourself what you could do if you had those POV powers. Maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit. If I could go invisible, I'd dump ravioli down my ex's clothing. I don't hate them. It'd be funny. My laugh would get me gone. No, my favorite. Oh my god. I've seen my two favorite petty things I've seen somebody do is steal their microwave plate or pour instant mashed potatoes over their lawn and just wait for it to rain. Rosie, are you an extrovert or an introvert? I would say kind of like in the middle. That Minecraft guy holding a plate with a single pierogi on it's going to be devastating. Like, honestly, it would be if I could have magic abilities, I would be terrifying, but I don't. I am stuck in human mortal form, which means that I am basically a silly, eepy little guy. So, yeah, that's my typical response to being done dirty is actually just to nap about it. And I worked at Valley Village. A lot of people donated only microwave plates. I wonder if that's why. That's hilarious. Why not the whole Why would you donate the microwave plate? Your partner accidentally broke the microwave plate? At least if you got a new one coming, because it would actually fuck up your life so much not to have a microwave plate. Right? Exactly. The soul is strong, but the body is eepy. I got stuck. I have a very creative brain, but the body is limited. Yeah. So honestly, that's probably what I would do, is just like pull the threads. Just pull the threads out. Just yoink. Yoink. Because that's the thing is, if certain types of people, they don't actually put in the legitimate effort in certain parts of their life that they should. They'll put on a persona as if they are, but like with friends or their family or work, a hobby, something like that, they aren't actually putting in the level of work and effort that is authentically required. So you just pull the thread, just yoink and let it go. Just let it just be like, well, that's what you get. That's what you get for not showing up authentically. You've got cracks in your life that like somebody could just yoink. You think you pull strings in a mean way or like neutral chaos? I would pull strings in a mean way depending on the person. depending on the person. But that would be hard though. Honestly, genuinely pulling them in a mean way would be so hard because it'd be tempting. It'd be tempting, but I'm not mean at heart. So, I pull the strings like a string cheese. But honestly, I think it would be funny. I think it would be funny if I could if I had the ability to be like invisible, I would fuck with them by doing things like moving their furniture an inch to the left. Or like siphon their gas. Like if I could haunt somebody and I had the capacity to move things, I would perpetually be emptying their gas tank, breaking their microwave dish, and unlocking their doors, making their phones ring, making their TV turn off and on. It would be very chaotic. Like, you don't tank their life, you just tank their sanity stats a little bit. Put food coloring in the body wash. Another thing you could do is put Nair in their shampoo bottle. Unscrew the light bulbs. Yeah, no, people get used to their furniture being in a specific place. So if you just move their furniture over to the left or something by like an inch, they'll just keep running into it. Rosie the Poltergeist. I honestly think that would be fun. I kind of want the chance to be a poltergeist at least once in my existence. Yeah, randomly unplugging power cords, flipping the switches on like the electronic panel, running water. Like there is so much fun, chaotic shit that you can do to somebody's house and their living circumstances around them that would send them absolutely mental over time. Move the silverware into another drawer. And that's the thing, is that if I actually wanted to be chaotic in somebody's space, I wouldn't be a poltergeist. I would do things like moving silverware to another drawer. Just all this stuff. Yeah, it would be all like slight inconveniences that make no sense and build up over time. And nobody else would understand it. It would be stuff that's very specific and everybody else would be like, what are you talking about? That's nuts. Steal them. Yeah, put their toothbrush in random places. Change the order of the silverware to, yeah, literally, even if it's just something small, you don't even have to move it to another drawer. You just change the order of the silverware. Drill the doors on the opposite hinge. That would be so funny, especially if you did that to the kitchen door. If you could change do you know how much that would mess with somebody if you literally just kept changing the hinges on something like the fridge door? Put their keys in the fridge. And you see, like, that's the thing. This is all stuff I would do if I were a ghost. I am not a ghost. So most people are lucky. Most people are lucky that how I actually respond to things is typically I'll be upset about it for like a brief amount of time. I'll have a moment where I'll just be like, what the fuck? And then I'll go to bed about it. Replace all their DVDs with copies of Paul Blart 2. Yeah, right? I think some of this stuff would be funny. I think it genuinely would be pretty funny. Because I can theoretically be like, oh, I could, like, if I had the ability to just pull certain threads out of like the fabric of your life, that would be mean. And I can theoretically come up with it. Could I go through with it? And that's the problem. Is if you're not actually a villain, delete their game saves. Oh my god, if I was a ghost, the way I would go through and fuck with their Steam library. Because everybody has a Steam library, right? Or like some kind of like gaming console. So you could literally just go... Unplug PC while gaming in a non-saving game. Reverse the batteries. Loosen doorknobs. Put the salt and sugar in wrong spots. Oh my goodness. Right? Hide tiny ducks all over the place. Make it where all their music is only Around the World by Daft Punk. Oh my fucking god. Around the world, around the world. And anytime they pull up YouTube, it switches to Rickroll. They'd never be able to watch YouTube ever again because it would only ever be Rickroll. Remove games from their library list. Just makes them invisible. That would be so funny. Oh my god. Yeah. No, the way I'd fuck with the Steam library. I would fuck with all the things. The only radio station they get is German hip hop. Oh my, always turn their volume to 100. Yeah, anytime they turn on the TV or they turn on the radio, anytime they try to play music, it is turned up to 100% volume or the volume doesn't work at all. Hold on. Just gonna double check something. I'm hoping that's not a package. Please, please, please don't be a... On the way but running late. I'm hoping that wasn't. I try not to answer if I don't know who it is. But no, I think right, this is on you. You asked the question. The most petty I've been is someone took my parking stall so I couldn't plug in my car. My car didn't start the next day. Rest of the winter, I unplugged their car every time I passed by, which was every day. That is... I love that. I love that so much. Have them listen to a dial-up noise to connect them to the internet. Oh no, if I was going to haunt somebody the way I would fuck with their Wi-Fi constantly. Everything would buffer. It would be constant buffering. Dampen their bed sheets. Dampen their bed sheets. Oh my god, I'd fuck with the thermostat so hard, especially at night. I'd basically wait for the person to go to bed, and then I would just ramp up the thermostat so they have, not only are they super uncomfortable, but now they also have a massive electric bill. Rename the Wi-Fi. Watch the shows on their streaming services so they're never on the right episode. Oh my god. Or also, because a lot of streaming services now have stuff you also have to pay to, like pay-per-view. So at night when they're sleeping, run through a bunch of pay-per-views. Put crumbs in the bed. All of this. You did start this. You did start this. Use Wi-Fi names to scare them. Like, I know what you did, or look behind you. No, I probably named the Wi-Fi something like, it's coming. Oh, you can change the default sounds on a computer so when it logs in, play Rickroll or similar. Actually, one of the most terrifying sounds that you can do, as an opener is the Decepticon, like when Decepticons are changing sound. You put that at 100% volume next to somebody who doesn't know what's about to happen, and they will shit themselves. Charge the pin on their debit card between every transaction. Also, babies laughing. Make baby laughing sounds throughout their place at all times of the day and night. Yeah. Yeah. And so to answer your question, if my choice wasn't to nap about it, I'd haunt the fuck out of them. Change the computer language to Swahili. Oh my gosh, right? If their credit card's linked to Amazon, just buy a bunch of shit. And you have to make it the most unhinged shit that, like, it's completely nonsensical. Oh my god, like, you know that massive tub of lube? That massive gallon container of lube? Just order things that they can't use. Leave, oh my god, just empty the food out of the fridge. Children singing nursing rhymes. Make it where every time they go to start a new show, movie, or book, the beginning of it always spoils every major plot point. I'm not evil enough for this one, but I'm sure there's someone out there. The sound is someone knocking on their door every time they open their phone. Oh my god, you could fuck with so many things. I won't say that word because I have one and she'll go off. Yeah, the keg of lube. The keg of lube. And that was what was so funny to me. When my one ex claimed that I hexed him with COVID, I was like, no, motherfucker. We are in a pandemic of COVID. I did not hex you with COVID. You just happened to get COVID. Because it's a pandemic. If I actually hexed you, I would want you to know it was me. It's gonna be specific. Keg of lube. Subscribe them to the Twilight fandom. That sounds exactly what an innocent fawn boy VTuber would do, is unleash chaos. That's right on brand. Set miscellaneous alarms on every device up to a year away. Honestly, just hex them. If I was actually going to hex somebody, I would probably hex their balls. Like, I would be like, I want you to know, this is specific. Yeah, you done me dirty in this specific way, so you gonna know that it's me hitting back in this specific way. However, hexes and curses take energy. And what's really funny to me is that in circumstances where somebody has done you dirty, they kind of get arrogant about it, and they start to think that, like, everything you talk about or everything you do is for them, which is really funny, because it's like, yeah, sure, maybe your behavior hurt me, but, like, there's literally nothing you can do to me that would orient my life around, center my life around that. Like, if I wasn't obsessed with you while things were going well, so to speak, I'm not going to be obsessed with you after. So for this person, for this one person to be like, oh yeah, she hexed me with COVID during COVID, I'm like, why do you think you're that important to me? Why do you think I would? Why do you, a hex takes hours. That's hours of energy. That's so much work. Why do you think you're important enough to me that I would do that kind of work? Honestly. See, the only time I would go for chaotic vengeance is if I were a ghost, because then I don't have to worry about my energy levels. I am stuck in a meat suit. I'm stuck in a limited meat suit. So fill their shoes with whipped cream, exactly. Scrotum, rotum. Puncture the bottom of every food container so it mysteriously leaks. Oh my god. The lube in the keg has a ton of energy stored in its chemical bonds. Can you use that for a hex? Maybe. Exactly, gangrene the man bits. That would be specific. No, and I probably, if I were a ghost and I'm targeting somebody who does things like edibles or whatnot, you just like ramp just change the information on the packets so that they end up taking like like bad tripping every single time. Yeah, I am stuck right now. I am stuck in Stardew Valley with limited stamina between naps. That's where I'm at. Simple spell, their name on both sides of a piece of paper stored in a mirror compact forces them to self-reflect. I've heard of that. And to be honest, I can't say, even in my witchy era, there's there's no part of me that's ever had the desire or energy to curse, to attempt cursing or hexing somebody, because I've got other things. I've got so many other things I would want to put my energy towards. And I think that's kind of the thing. If you are dealing with somebody who is in like the dark triad of psychology, antisocial personality traits, narcissistic personality traits, not necessarily whole disorder, but like if you're dealing with somebody with those traits, they know, they are very well aware that they are hurting you. Oh, I'm going to answer this in case it's a package. There we go. I was on mute. There we go. Hello, Geoff. Welcome to the YouTube chat. And I am back. I got my package. That's what it was. Okay, make sure both my chats are pulled up. We'll grab this. Thank you. A little hydrate. Yes, I am having a nice day. I got to start my morning. Was it by any chance a book? No, it was not, Calvin. I do need to get that one book though. That's a good reminder. I need to add that to my next shopping list. Ignore the above plotting. Oh man, but I'd have to, if I wanted to see the above plotting, so to speak, I would have to. Oh, you may have already ordered it. Oh. Okay, I remember you saying that like you couldn't order that. No, what came was some organizers to help me with the new apartment here. Yeah, no, I got to, because I stayed over with one of my play partners last night and like spent the morning with them, like did the whole make coffee and like hang out together for a bit. We watched an episode of Battlestar Galactica before I came back. Amazon is weird. So I got a bit excited with the villainy topic. You don't have to say sorry. Listen, you guys, if you are saying something that I would be like, no, please don't, I would say so. You guys, you don't need to apologize until such time as I redirect. You got coffee from someone else? Yeah, me. I did it. All on my own. And also, so, if this should tell you anything about where this is going, I started learning Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing cards so I could share one of this person's interests. And it's actually pretty fun. It's very complicated, but it was a lot of fun. They got a beginner's deck for me. I got all the good bean points. Yeah. I love getting all the good bean points. Oh yeah? Oh, there's a few people in chat who are into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay. I wasn't sure. I grew up believing that anything to do with like Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all of that stuff was demonic, so I never got into it as a kid. Okay, a few of you guys are into this. You kicked your wife's ass, I bet. I did very much enjoy it. They were teaching me last night. Why did I hear something else? Is there another machine out here? Oh shit! We've been noted. We've been spotted. Where is it? About energy levels. If you're comfortable, how are you sleeping? Lifelong insomniac here. I have no problem sleeping. I have the opposite thing going on. Wow! Where I could sleep Honestly, for my own healing, oh god, I didn't know it could come up this far. For my own like healing purposes, I honestly probably need a 4-month break to get in like a bunch of massage therapy, chiropractic work, therapy, stuff like that, and literally just to rest. But unfortunately, capitalism. Oh, you're watching the anime right now too, huh? Yeah, it is a full rabbit hole. It really is. But it was easier to manage than D&D, so... If we can take off his feetsies. Whoa! No! How can you get up this high? You shouldn't be up here. You're not supposed to be able to do this. Have I seen the Black Rose dragon? No, I had a different type of dragon. It's like an Egyptian god. And it's like a cipher? Red dragon thing is what I had. Honestly, the toughest part about that type of game is like there's so much detail to it. Each card is so very different. It's like, you've activated my trap card. Yeah, that's the one. Yes, somehow we are fighting Shai Halud, but in robot form out here. Just don't have the attention span. I don't think I've ever played poker. Oh, there's green shine down here. I can see it glowing. Oh, fuck. Woo! Hey, big guy. Hey, come up. Are you gonna pop your head out? You know what? I probably should put armor back on. Heavy weapon, stealth. What was I wearing before? Yeah, we don't want Sobek's raiment. That's... Actually, that's not too bad. Let's put on this one for right now. I know, but the thing is with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's easier on my attention span because the turns go back and forth much faster, whereas with D&D, especially with the more players you have, it takes forever. And you're like, I've been sitting here for 5 hours. It's been 84 years. Come on, big guy. I know you're out here somewhere. Whoop. See if we can get on a ledge. Yeah, that was the funny thing to me. I was like, why Egyptian gods? Wait a second. There you are. Each deck has its own strategy that piles up fast. Yeah, I was just like, this feels like a game that could take a very long time. But no, it's been really nice. I know I've had a lot of lore of being like, some sad girl hours. But no, I've just been having some really positive experiences of just the people in my life right now are they're very considerate and like take me on dates and stuff like that, and do other good things. other good things. You're back. Oh, welcome back, PK Screams. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Haha, it worked. Come on. Oh my god. That was like a full pounce right there. No, I need your belly. I need your belly. Or your teeth. Your teethers. Deserve all the best things. Aw, thank you. I love a golden era for me too. Answer to why Egyptian gods is always because no one can get over just how unimaginably hot everyone in the Mummy was. Well, which came first? Yu-Gi-Oh or the Mummy? Yeah, finding new things to fill the heart with is a good way to put it. Try Munchkin in card form. It took 8 hours for one game. Jesus Christ. Come on. There we are, big guy. That's right. Probably the Mummy. Yeah, I'd be hard pressed to guess. And it was really funny. I was like, I'm pretty sure, because I thought Yu-Gi-Oh was developed in Japan or something like that. And I was like, don't you all have your own gods? Like, why the Egyptian gods? Come on, big guy. I watch your toes. The manga, the protag, Yugi solves an ancient Egyptian artifact known as Millennium Puzzle. Instead, it was kind of possessed by an ancient pharaoh. Oh, I love a good ancient pharaoh moment. Come on, take his foot. Aww, I'm glad to hear that. Time, gotta do a lurk. Yeah, it was good to have you in chat, Quimus. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Imagine getting possessed by an ancient pharaoh. Couldn't be me. Brendan Fraser, The Mummy and Yu-Gi-Oh! Released the same year. That's incredible. I need to take his feet off, because then he can't dig down. I know you're here, you bastard. Most of the monster are creatures the Egyptians captured summoned for their shadow games. Me and the boys playing shadow games on a Saturday. Come on, please. Why are you so far away? Come on, asshole. Woo! Never mind. Apparently he can get me right there. I really need to knock some weak spots off, though. Well. Come here. Come on. Uppies. You're literally right there. Come on. Uppies. Come here, big guy. That squeak was a scream of terror, I'll have you know. He's like, le pounce. Come on. Bastard. Where are you? Soldier is a flip effect card, so when it's flipped, summon sends 2 monsters back to the owner's hand. Yeah, that was what was confusing to me about it. It was like the flip down to defense position, into attack position, and then like certain cards, if you attack, they actually give the player back like their health points and stuff. And I was like, what? Give me enough time, I'll pounce too, or nom. Nom is love. Nom is good. But yeah. It was a pretty good start to my morning. Came back. I was just very low energy today. And came back and kind of like slept for a bit, then put my face on and hopped on stream. And tomorrow is the therapy day, so I'm like, what is, trying to decide what is most pertinent to chat with a therapist about. So we got a bunch of people in chat who play this. Oh my goodness. Come on. Where's your big ugly robot head? We got it. We got both of them. Ha 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 ha. Nice. The original Yu-Gi-Oh manga was not centered around the card game. That's what I remember asking that to my one play partner, being like, which came first, the card game or the show? Fun fact, the original Yu-Gi-Oh manga was not centered around the card game. Is, I guess, the answer. And should make a list in terms of importance for a therapist. Yeah. Oh no, that was a joke. And figure out. I'm sure I could figure out something to talk about. Come on. Pounce. I know you're here. Right in your face. Oh, I guess the arrows could do this too. You could tell the therapist all the ways you're not going to turn evil. No, literally, it is explained by naps. Anybody who'd ever be worried about me going villain mode on them, honestly, I'm like, naps are more important to me. I'll be upset, but honestly, people are lucky I didn't go villain mode. At the same time, I'm like, if I'm distressed or traumatized or things like that, I want food. I'm gonna want food about it. I want to nap for a while, take a hot bath. I'm very Hobbit coded. I'll take Angie naps. The bow sounds like a camera shutter. Yeah, it kind of does. Come on, buddy. Neutral good. Ah! Come on. I need to kill his feet. Unloaded, reloaded the dishwasher, done some laundry, and skincare routine. Yeah, you should. You should get yourself some food after all that. Wow. Holy hell. I think he's a little bit angry. Being a villain sounds like hard work and stress. Neither of which I want. No. And also, like, I've kind of had, like, a little bit of a sore throat, and it hasn't gone full blown. Like, the way... When I was back out in Alberta at, like, the end there, I was on antibiotics for strep throat 6 times. Yeah, I wasn't stressed. Not at all. That's a big pounce there, buddy. I think we got his... Did we get his foot? Yeah, I haven't... Since moving out here, I haven't had strep throat once. Yeah, arrows to the foot. I used to be an adventurer like you. Oh, I had no idea that was a hyperfixation. But I'm glad to hear there's actually like a bunch of people who like really enjoy this. Oh, he's lurking over there. Come on. Improvement for Rosie. I would like that. I would really like that. And yeah, like I was talking about like a little bit earlier, I just for whatever reason, I just had this feeling that like something was going to drastically change this year, and I am definitely excited to see how that's gonna go for me. Oh, come on. I need you to come up here. You big lizard, come here. You lost most of your cards from moving? Oh no. At least you're able to save your Digimon cards then. I'd be honored if someone went full villain mode. Worst I've had is not mad, just disappointed. No, that's the thing though, is that one of the reasons to not go villain mode on somebody is that not only if you're going villain mode on somebody because like they've done something that like has caused you grief and pain, if you go villain mode on them, they feel important to you. And that's gross. Like, no. What's actually important to me is apparently gluing random things to my face. Like, I'm not going to go full villain mode because that would distract me from the other things I want to be doing. Like, I don't care. I literally do not care. I will retain an expectation that at some point, if I was talking about this a couple weeks ago, where I was like, in my own healing process, the way that I frame it is like, if somebody like does something that hurts me, I frame that as you've compromised my safety. And if you compromise my safety in some way, then I have I now have the expectation that you need to make it right. Most people won't, but you can retain that expectation. Because that's what's solidifying. That's what's helpful. Um, like that's the thing though, is that it go villain mode if someone messes with those I care about. Not usually if they mess with me. Well, a lot of the times, you there's the thing is, to me, I can retain the expectation that somebody who has compromised my safety in some way and done harm to me in that way do right by me in the future and reconcile, but only if it's genuine. But unfortunately, the basis for abuse is exploitation. And somebody who is exploiting you typically does not feel bad at all about what they're doing. They'll know what they're doing is not okay, but they won't actually feel bad about it because they were getting something out of it. And I was talking with like another person, a friend of mine, who has gone through like some pretty severe DV and whatnot about this. Oh, can we crit strike it? Nice. Bam. Villain mode does hamper your healing. It can. The only reason to go full villain mode would be to like exploit them right back. But that's the thing, is that like in some of the stuff I've experienced, a lot of it had to do with physical intimacy. And so if somebody is compromising your safety in regards to physical intimacy, they're not going to feel bad because how they were treating you served them. They know it was wrong, but if they were getting something out of it, so they typically don't actually that idea of somebody having a moment, a realization moment, and then empathy, and then wanting to make it right, it often that you in their brain, it usually doesn't happen because they were benefiting. So you do have to be realistic about that. And not only were they benefiting, but if you go villain mode on somebody, they're going to think that that you're obsessed with them, and a lot of them want that. Which is kind of like the weird thing. A lot of people who exploit you in some way, they also want you to be obsessed with them to some degree. So if they didn't get it from you while you were in their vicinity, they'll get it from you in your wounded healing state, right? Where you're just like, fuck you, vengeance. And they're like, look at you, so obsessed with me. So typically vengeance doesn't work out very well because you still act as emotional supply to the person who was exploiting you. And that sucks. It's just it's just more abuse. So I don't recommend it. I think to some degree, like for a while, you're going to want to talk about it. You're going to want to you're going to want to vent. You're going to want to think about it. What you experienced is going to be on your mind, but you're going to have other shit going on. You're going to have a life, right? So if somebody exploits you, if somebody compromises your safety, they have negatively impacted your life severely. They might even cause brain damage through trauma. Hey, zombie. Do a little hydrate. So it's normal. It's normal to think about what happened. It's normal to talk about it. But you also don't want... You don't want to go the mode of like, oh, look, they can't get over me. No, you want to heal and have a life. That's why I'm like, they like the attention. It proves they're affecting you, right? My ex cop, the more I talked to her as like co-parent, especially last week, the more I realized how much exploitation I went through with them. Oh no, the part of the roughest parts of healing and grieving is you're outside of it in a new environment and you're like, oh fuck, it was that bad. That was worse than I thought. Like that was pretty bad, but oh man. Oh man. Damn it. I just spent all of that time in this situation like fighting, begging, pleading to be treated better, only to like eventually get out. I was dying laughing because I was talking with a friend and we were laughing because we were just like, all of that time we spent here, we could have been with somebody else actually being brought to all of that time and angst and energy, and I could have been I could have just been absolutely laid out, getting some things internally rearranged. I spent all of that time emotionally distressed when I could have been somewhere else getting my insides rearranged, and I'm upset. Like, damn it. I left the old life, started my new one. I was the clean cut off type. Full no contact. You can't really go villain mode with that. I'm the same way. If I determine that somebody is compromising my safety, because of the work I do, I'm very at risk, and I'm like, I can't chance it. I don't play games when it comes to my safety, and if I feel like somebody is compromising my safety, out. Bye-bye. Hi. Hello, Ignis. Kind of like something Nick talked about. I think it was, stonewalling. I think stonewalling is what you do if you have to stay in contact. And I'm so relieved. Fuck, the way I'm so relieved I never had kids. It's my job to take care of because you can't. So stonewalling is something that you can do as well if you really want to. Let's do this one. Ah, more friends of yours, Penguin. Hello. So no, the best thing you can do is literally just remove, if you don't have kids, literally just, don't allow further contact, cut it. Make it so if they have to look you up, they have to like take extra steps to look you up. Because then they have to be hyper aware of it. That's one of the things to me is I'm like, if somebody blocks you and you decide to go look them up anyway, like make a fake account or Google it or something, you know that you are intentionally sidestepping their boundary. You know they don't want you there, and yet you're doing it anyway, and now you gotta sit with that. You literally, in your action, you have to internally acknowledge You're gonna still do it, but like you have to internally acknowledge that you're trying to circumvent somebody saying no to you. It is literally like respect for consent, right? Like if somebody says no, no means no. That's what a block is. And if you're circumventing somebody blocking you to keep looking them up, you are violating their consent, and you have to live with that. Like you have to live with the fact that you're that type of person. And it's like, yeah, sit with that.
Thanks to the secret passage for your base. It was quite a sight.
Secret passage? Don't let the others hear you say that, or you'll have a lot of Oseram knocking at your door.
Secret tunnel.
This is Ragnar. He's a scout with this caravan.
It's a great name.
Said Amadas was here.
Raggart. Oh, Raggart.
After we made camp here, I set out to do some scouting. I also made peace offerings to the Tanakh for trespassing in their territory. Amadas wanted me to ask around about some place called the Rot.
What did you find out?
Most I learned was that it's where the Tanakh took their prisoners, somewhere far to the west near Thorn Marsh, the lowland clan's capital.
All right.
Find it not long after.
On his own?
I tried to warn him, but dead set on going.
Yeah, no, when there's no kids, it's a lot easier to pull that off and just take your whole self and go. Why on earth would a hotel website have a baby crying? What? Oh, I'll pull the sound up for you. Sorry.
So you're a scout for this crew. Anything I should know about the area?
Where to start? Down south, we got a trio of Oseram trying to delve into the ruins in the sand.
You got a Star
Morons
Wars
like
ad?
the showman.
Yeah,
No Riggards.
that's the fellow. They're quite a spectacle on their own, let me tell you. And then there are all the other folk who broke away as soon as we got to this side of the tunnel.
That's hilariously in
Salvagers,
person.
Explorers, all sorts of daring venturers.
Just how many of you were there?
Enough to lose track, that's for sure. I've also spotted some rebels a while back too. Seems
And
like
this
they
guy is
were
just like a
totally
tank.
desert. Heard all about the rebellion from the Tanakh up in Scalding Spear. That's the Desert Clan.
Sounds like you've really gotten to know the area.
It's what I do.
I don't know if we have to go through all this dialogue. Because it
Thanks,
tends to
Merder.
take a while with
This
this
has been
game.
Hope you find them.
Okay, I'll head for Thornmarsh. Meet me there.
Hold on.
What?
You're willing to go to the ends of Tanakh's territory to find this guy. No hesitation.
Of course, he's one man alone in the Forbidden West. I'm just worried about him.
I think it's more than that. I'll meet you near the lowland capital. But then, you're going to tell me who Amadas really is.
Fine, I'll lay low, north of the village. See you there.
Okay. No, yeah, it is actually just...
I've got news for you.
I know for some people, it's... given... I don't know, given, like, my family was not very close, so for me, just going full no contact is something that is just easy peasy for me. But I know for, like, some people it can take a long time to get there or hold it. And I've found it to be very useful because, like, of course, protect your peace sort of thing. But also, it lets... If you're in that type of environment, a type of situation where somebody's been, like, violating your safety in some way, exploiting you, and whatnot, it's a lot of, like, very high emotions. And if you commit to no contact, then the benefits of it are that you can't be hoovered back. And you also... in regards to like escalation, because there's so many high emotions. It's far less likely to end up in a situation where like the high emotions puts you in a place of escalating things. And it's definitely not what you want with the envy you for being able to do it easily. Yeah. I would definitely say it's just very beneficial in that way. Tarot cards now or wait till you move? I don't know, maybe I would say wait for the move because then it's one last thing to pack. There, bought this game right from the start. That was so much like Tomb Raider. Well, hi Jed. Yeah, it's... Horizon is one of my favorite franchises for a reason. That's a very big piece for them. Damn. Oh shit, we've been spotted. We have been seen. There. No, unfortunately, if you've identified that somebody, like you get to the point where you're just like, okay, in this environment, my safety is being compromised. Unfortunately, how your safety is compromised will impact your brain and impact your reactions. And so the thing is, like with trauma and abuse, oh, walk right into that. It can impact your brain in such a way where you'll have very intense reactions to things. You might see reactive abuse, and unfortunately, that is often used to be like, see, look, they're the problem, when actually those are symptoms you're looking at. It's not that person is the problem, it's just you're literally seeing symptoms of abuse. But people will be like, I know you have trauma, but it's still your responsibility not to do this because you have trauma. It's like, what do you think trauma does to someone's brain? It literally impacts their ability to regulate. Like, I hate it so much. I fucking can't stand that attitude of, just because you have trauma, that doesn't excuse your behavior. What the fuck do you think trauma does to the brain? It literally strips your ability to act, to be normal. And I hate that. I hate that so fucking much. Where it's like, why? No. The whole point of trauma is that you can't operate the same way anymore. You're going to have extreme reactions to things. You're not going to behave appropriately to stuff. Like, it means your brain has been stripped. Ow. Seriously? I need a quick scan here. Come on. What parts am I still... I think that's so hard and that's so rough. Like, especially for people who have been diagnosed with BPD, I feel for them so hard because there's no fucking winning. Like, the expectation for people with BPD to be normal despite having BPD. Oh, and also thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow and the resubscription. That's so appreciated. That's what we want. And your horns. I feel like a Rosie stream if I don't get called out. Yeah, that tends to happen a little bit. I'm like, no, if you're seeing certain behaviors and symptoms, that's because somebody that's happening because somebody somebody did something and fried the neurons. Like, it is important to get called out sometimes, once in a while. Ooh, you're so far away. I think if we do... Oh! Guess we did enough damage. Oh, hello there. Give me your bumper. Psychosis is hard to have. Can't go off at someone without them asking if I'm having an episode. Anger to certain situations is normal. Also that, yeah. Because then they'll just be like, oh, are you having an episode again? And you're just like, no, actually, I'm angry because anger is a normal response to this situation that you've incurred. That's why it can be very important, literally just to get yourself out and as far away, because people like that will make it worse. If you notice that like you're with somebody who is like claiming to do so much for you, but they're doing shit like that. It's all about exploiting your disorder for their ego. Okay, going back to the rage room idea. You know, at this point, I think I've been no contact with my family for going on somewhere around 4 years, and it was hands down one of the best decisions I could have made for myself. And I think also just I'm kind of finally in a space where I don't feel like I need to stay small for anyone around me. I don't know if that's relatable at all, but like there's so many situations I'd be dealing with where oh, this is a fire claw. Gross. Weak to freeze. Technically, any room can be a rage room, but should it? Oh yeah, the story with the Incredible Hulk. You're just like, oh my god. see if this does any. Good night. Good night, Bane. Yeah, I talked about how there are a few friendships that are no longer in my life, and it turned they were friendships where I was proud of myself for how much I could take from these people in regards to like how they treated me, how they spoke to me. And part of the element with those friendships was in taking, like when they would make jokes about me or roast me, that was me staying small for their comfort. And it feels like I don't have to be small for anybody else's comfort right now. I can literally just do my thing and not feel like anybody is resentful of me for it or finds it annoying. Pay places to go do it. Yeah, your mom's onto something. Don't think that did it any damage whatsoever. This thing is in our way. Wait, when did this get put here? Didn't think I did this. Yeah, shouldn't be small. And to some degree I think they knew it. But that was the preference, was literally just for me to be quiet and smile and laugh along with them, even though like it wasn't okay, wasn't appropriate. Oh, what have I done? Oh, he's gonna be an angry boy. Woo! Okay, forget the polar bear. Whoa! Okay, that's not fair. Being able to charge at me that fast, that's not point for a bear. Big Anky bear. Why this? I wasn't even close to you, buddy. Why the Hulk smash? Well then. I did not expect that to be a one-hit kill, but I guess we learn new things every day. Let's go this way instead. That escalated very quickly. Oh dear, I'm in trouble. I was in much trouble. I'm just gonna circumvent that this time, so we can get to where we want to go. I know, it's nice. It's nice to be somewhere where I can do my thing and not be limited by anybody else's feelings about how I want to operate and how I am and how I want to live my life. Yeah, you're asking like about like early Rosie lore. I was very quiet. I had to be told to speak up a lot. And I didn't push back on a lot of things. Like, saying the word no was very foreign to me. Pin 'em up, hey! 37 months, that's insane. How's it going? What's your favorite media? Oh my gosh, there's such a long list. So I was still allowed to watch stuff like Lord of the Rings. I'm not sure. I don't have one specific one that comes to mind. It's wonderful to see you glowing, living life, being treated better, having better people in your life. It is so... Oh my god, it's so nice. Like, I had somebody ask, like, hey, do you feel like I'm, like, actually meeting things? Like, do you feel like I'm when it comes to, like, like, meeting your needs and feeling satisfied, like, do you feel like that's happening? And I was like, did you just ask that? Did you just what? Okay, I just like lit up and I was like
All blades against Regal.
Thorn Marsh. Quite a sight, isn't it? Never thought I'd find myself this deep into Nock territory.
Have you run into any trouble?
I've been keeping my head down. Had to duck into the swamps a couple of times to avoid Tanakh patrols.
Well, I'm here now, so spill it.
yeah, Lord of the Rings goes hard every time.
Like I said before, he helped me put a stop to a hunter-killer machine out in the wilds.
Ooh.
At first, he thought I was just another hunter from the lodge who
We
only
love
cared
more
about the
ears.
biggest machine trophy. And I thought he was just a grouchy hermit living in the woods. But then he trusted me with the truth. Told me how the Red Raids took everything from him. Seeing that side of him, I don't know, changed things.
You
Oh yes, Chronicles of Narnia is Christian, so we were allowed that
Think
one.
I might, yeah.
Then why did you part ways?
When he told me how he failed to save the woman from his past, I told him how I made peace with my father and brother's deaths. He realized he needed to do the same on his own.
Wait. When we searched that Red Raid's battlefield together, you said he'd lost someone close to him there. I thought you meant a fellow soldier.
She was. Women aren't allowed to serve in the Karja army, but Nessa disguised herself so she could. Amadis kept her
Yeah,
secret.
what in the Mothman? Yeah,
When he left to come out
Chronicles of
west, he
Narnia
promised
is
to send
Christian.
word that he was
Aslan
alright,
is
but
Jesus.
His letter never came.
So you
Oh,
said
there's a
to
lot of
find
Christians that don't like
And we
it,
do.
but it is an allegory.
I'll have words for him for leading us on this wild goose chase.
Well, at least I kind of
Both
understand
Tolkien and
now. Amadis thought Nessa died on the battlefield. But when he learned
C.S. Lewis
that
are
the
Christian.
prisoners back west, he kept going. So I guess now we find this prison, Barat.
I did some scouting while I was waiting. I think I might have found the way.
Lead on then.
I know, that was the thing with Narnia. Narnia's last book, when you find out everybody
think
but
Nessa might
Susan
still
is
be alive?
technically dead.
I doubt it. Any Karja prisoners from
Moving across the
Red Raid
country
have been
next year. Any
killed
general
or
advice for how to make that
turned
move
on.
smoothly? Well, it depends on the
What's the mark,
circumstances of your move.
I think he just needs to know.
Yeah, so you know where Aslan sacrifices his life for Edmund? Yeah, that's Jesus on the cross. So, when I found that out, that kind of spoiled Narnia for me. Not gonna lie. Yes, don't speak to me of the deep magic witch. I was there when it was written.
Ha! Over here, you flaming hunk of scrap!
Oh,
Fireclaw's right on his heels.
There's no match for it alone. Come on.
Got you! Talana?
We got your back.
well, here we go. Let's hope this isn't another one-hit kill. Damn, dude, get your own story, honestly. Puncture it. That's what we needed. Some fire damage up in there. Oh, gross. How about you don't do that? Come on, blow. Need this thing to blow. Come on. Yeah. That's what we needed. Got one. We are also on fire, but that's fine. Okay, there should be one more on his back. Why are you still scooping rocks? That's so extra. Alright, come through. Come through over here. There's traps. What the? That was a lot. Come here, buddy. The last two books weren't as good. Oh, I think my favorite books out of Narnia were Voyage of the Dawn Treader and The Silver Chair. Whoa! Come on, get off. Girl. Need you to hoof it. You need to move it. Seriously. Oh, I was hoping for that high point again, but it's not here. And these guys are so tough. Old bastards. Come on, come through the trap. Fuck. I almost ran into one too, and that would not have been good for me. Oh, come on. Let's take it off. Oh, Calvin, thank you for the gift sub. Much appreciated. Thank you. Honestly, I thought it was so funny where just like they had to be a whole thing where like a kid had to be turned into a dragon just to teach him empathy. Okay, come on. Come this way. There's traps this way. Come this way. I just need a better arrow. No! This way. Come on, buddy. Come on. Is he still alive? Wait, it's actually dead. Being exfoliated by Jesus. Yeah, that scene where he gets like all of the skin torn. Like the dragon skin pulled off and then like tossed into a pool.
Talana,
You were supposed to let me know you were okay.
I was going to send the message right after I crossed into the desert with an Oseram caravan. But when it became clear that the tunnel had collapsed behind us, I figured the only thing I could do was press on. Seeing as you found a way out here, however, clearly I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Aww.
The last thing I wanted was to worry you.
Green flag. Green flag, man.
You must be Amadis.
And you must be Aloy.
Right? I mean, his name was
Talana's told me
Eustace.
a lot about you. And I guess you must know about me.
A little. We know you're headed for the rot. But what are you hoping to find there?
A clue. Or a shred of one. Anything about Ness's fate. Maybe she died on the battlefield. Or maybe she wasted away in that prison. Either way, I have to know.
Alright, so
Talana told me about you and Nessa during the Red Raids.
we just
kept your
gotta
secret.
rescue this person
We
if
were
they're
both
still
assigned
alive.
to the Southern Spear Division. Our orders were to push into Tanakh territory through the tunnel. She was
Wait,
proud to
what's
serve the
Eustace
Sun at
encouraged the
first,
cowardly dog? What's that
But
connection?
as the atrocities mounted, we both saw the raids for what they were.
And the two of you grew close?
We did what we could to protect innocent lives. It felt like we were the only ones who objected to the slaughter. And yes, we were close. Until the Battle of the Burning Blooms.
Yeah, you guys. You two.
Talana, sounds like the two of you had an adventure out in the wilds.
Claw Striders, a hunter-killer, mercenaries,
Give me a
shell
mallet.
snapper. Nothing could get in their way.
A scruffy hermit in the woods certainly tried.
That was foolish in hindsight.
Oh, their name is Eustace in the story. I did not remember that. I remember very little about Clifford the Big
What
Red Dog,
happened
except
at
it
the
was
Battle of the
Clifford
Burning
the Big Red
Blooms?
Dog.
I had intel that the Tanakh forces were greater than we had
Or from
anticipated.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Okay, I thought it was the Big Red Dog. Never mind.
He was a drunken
I'm on the
rat.
wrong story.
And when I threatened to reveal his incompetence to Karja High Command, he pulled a knife on me. So I killed him.
In self-defense.
It was still murder. I was condemned. But I thought at least I could still save Nessa. I was too late. By the time I got to the battle, the fields were already burning. Our soldiers slaughtered or missing. What's more, the commander I had killed was from a powerful noble house. They put a bounty on my head. Been on the run ever since.
The Red Raids
Yeah.
alone, the Sun King of Odd would
Well, it's
pardon you
Clifford the
if
Big
you-
Red Dog.
Sun King can't help me.
A pardon from Avad won't stop bounty hunters eager to claim their prize.
Alright, I guess we
Well, we're here now,
finish
so let's
this.
head to the rot.
I can't ask you to come with me. I feel bad enough you've come this far.
I didn't come all this way just to leave you now. We'll see this through together.
I know better than to try to talk you out of it. Come then. The rot's not far. The rot's along the shore. We'll have to
Aw,
stick to
yeah,
the
what
woods
did
to
happen
avoid
to
being
Reap
seen.
Sheep? Probably died
did
of
you
old
find
age,
it?
I'm guessing.
I overheard a Tanakh patrol from the nearby village talking about it. Figured it out from there.
What were you gonna do if we hadn't found you? Take it on alone?
I only need to question
He
one
handled the
guard.
bear pretty well.
Figured I'd grab someone when they're by themselves.
Well, now you have us.
We're getting close. Just a little further.
Guess we gotta break someone out of prison. Aw, thank you, Angel.
There it is.
You hit it with the
The
can.
rock.
Jesus.
Those are Regala's rebels. They're waging civil war against the rest of the Tanakh. They must have taken over the prison.
Then they would have killed any of the guards. They were my last hope of finding out if Nessa was there.
Maybe not. There might still be some clue inside.
Even after all this time,
Aloy can see much more than you or I.
Yes.
then let's do it.
Look,
Any
look,
scrap of
Aloy.
hope is better than nothing.
Look with your
We'll have to
special
find
eyes.
another way in. The front gate looks impenetrable.
And there's no way we're scaling those walls.
You two stay here. I'll see if I can find another way in and get that gate open. I should check around the sides. Might be a way in from the water.
You should get one of those the electric mosquito swatters. Just fry
We'll
them.
get in as soon as you get the gate open.
Don't worry about us. Get that gate open.
Legolas, what do your elf eyes see? Hi, Evie Wren. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Oh, I feel like that's the wrong arrow. Now, how am I supposed to get into this place? Maybe by water? I feel like I'm supposed to swim in. Yeah, those swatters are fun. You can just hear them go pop. Snap, crackle, pop. You know, I will admit it's coming out here and then and like completely switching up, like building new connections and things like that, developing new play partnerships. It has been a little bit of a mindfuck, because like I had left a place where like there was literal like, assault, so apparently my bar for good was much lower than I thought. And somebody, because I was talking with a friend and I was like, damn, I literally thought I was like, I came out of like an environment where I was being assaulted, and then I was like, I thought I was doing so much better, and they were like, you were technically just better than where you were. Or just like not as bad as where you were, and so your brain registers things a certain way. And I was like, shut the front door. Stop. No. Oh, God, it burns. No. Please. 'Cause yeah, I'm kind of experiencing. Yeah, it has been a while, Evie Ren. I'm actually in Toronto now. Breaking plates creates endorphins, yes. Oh yes, I grew up watching Lord of the Rings. Or don't take a look. That's an option. Let's see. Smashing is the only way to ensure mosquito death, or you could electrocute them. Look at those ankles, though. You could just swim up and like. But yeah, no, it's just been. It's been really nice because, like, yeah, I actually like getting taken out on dates and surprised with things like concert tickets and, just being fed really good food. And oh man, that was supposed to be a headshot. Damn it, why are you moving so fast? That's not what I wanted. Yes, dates and excellent times. And yeah, no, of course, because like you guys know, like I'm I'm a kinky little shit. I love, like, my favorite type of play dynamics are like kinky ones, and now I actually get to like develop some that are just like really good. And
This is the place.
I was like, yay! Branko Burr!
She must think we're stupid.
Branko Burr. Don't come this way. Oh yeah, smashing is very stimmy. I am. I will go full shark. I don't have a mermaid mode. I have shark mode. Might see me at a convention one day. I don't know. I did do the convention.
Come here. There's too many tracks around here.
I did do the convention last year, and honestly, it was very overwhelming. It wasn't actually that fun. There was way too many people. There were so many people, and it just took way long to get from one end to another. Whoa, was that a bomb? Who threw a bomb at me?
Together!
I need your helmet to go. Aw, damn it! Ooh, shield. Ow. This is not what I wanted. That's right. Fuck you. Fuck your shield. Oh, Jesus! Why am I over here? Why? Out. Oh, fuck your dumb face. I could have sworn I saw somebody running. Oh, they're over here. Mm-hmm.
You need to do better.
Okay, we're gonna try to get our health back up. Yeah, no, that was something I was like especially excited about, was to actually be able to like explore some of those dynamics more deeply, and I'm like, yay! I love this for me.
Thinks we're an easy target. You're outnumbered.
We have to find them. You better have my back.
We should have found her by now.
Or not.
Could have gone already.
And yeah, I went on a date with this one girl. We did I took her to an escape room that was both it's like a restaurant, bar, and escape room, and you can do like 2-player escape rooms. So we got to have our boozy drinks and like try solving the puzzle. We almost made it out too.
They might return.
Might be a good time to let Talana and Amadis in.
Nah, I can clear this by myself. Thank you, Evie Ren. I hope you've been well. I'm outnumbered, but you see, I have a sneaky beaky little weapon. Yeah, it was really great. It was really good. We did the escape room, and then we came back up and ate nachos. So I will see her. I'll see her again tomorrow. And yeah, I'm supposed to do, I said, the rage room, and then something else is coming up. One of my best friends is coming through to visit at the end of August as well, so I'm just
Save the extra stock for later.
I'm super stoked about that because I only get to see her like once a year. Amen, Evie Ren. Finally finding people who aren't abusive or toxic can make all the difference. It really does. It really does. Honestly, I found it so I found it so hard in the environment I was in, being the only one who is like openly and actively queer, who does the work that I do. Like it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks to like be around people where you're the only one. And yeah, I'm just like, ooh, I'm in a whole other place now. And like it definitely sucked. Like there was just like some weird, because I was the only one who does the work that I do and I was queer, like I literally had, there was one couple friend where they were like, you can kiss other girls, but not Rosie. And they told me this to my face, and I was like, oh god, that sucks. That's like, have relationship boundaries between yourselves all you want, but number one, it's always so weird and uncomfortable when like that couple thinks that because you're poly, you're spicy, and you're queer, that you want them. And they're like, no, not you. And it's like, you weren't on the menu. You were not an interest. Why are you in... It's so degrading because they're treating you blatantly to your face like you're a relationship. You're an inherent relationship threat. And it's like, do I not get a say in this? Because I don't care if you're not allowed to make out with me. I wouldn't make out with you anyway. Like, why are you inserting yourself here like that? It's so uncomfy. And so like it's so much nicer to build community with other people because they don't do weird uncomfortable shit like that.
There. Must be the Outlander's work.
Having people just love you in healthy ways and have good communication is wild. It did feel isolating.
It's her. Just know it.
Work at a public library, was looking at the books, and we just acquired that hadn't gone out yet, and looked at an anti-pornography picture book. I pointed out to the acquisitions guy, and he told me, hey, I didn't order it. Gross. Yeah. Misinformation Central.
Whoa.
Come here. Yeah, that's right. Nice.
If I can get the main gate open, Delana and Amatis can help me clear
So
the
like
rest
there was
of the
perhaps
space.
more behind the scenes on the other side. The other person they were saying not to kiss Rosie could have unshared feelings. Well, that's the thing, is that like they would basically watch my content for free. So they're exploiting me for free stuff for like to explore their own queer side. So that was awesome. And then it was like, that's the thing, is like you can have those boundaries to yourself as a couple privately. You don't say it to the other person's face. Like, I didn't need to know that boundary was there, but the fact that they went out of their way to say it to me, it literally puts it in my space as them being like, we think you're going to make a move, like, we think you're going to participate in some way or initiate in some way. And I'm like, no. It's late. Aw, thank you for popping in, Evie. It was good to see you again. I'm thinking...
What? What happened up there? There. You think she's back?
Oh no, there's two heavy hitters? Fuck.
He's already done a lot of damage.
Yes. Yes, I have.
Everyone on alert. There's a body. It feels like a trap.
Oh no, you're good, pin 'em up. Thank you for lurking. Yeah, that's you don't need to share those boundaries out loud to the person you have those boundaries with. Like, I didn't need to know. And it was so insulting and presumptuous to literally tell that to my face. And I was like, not only are you exploiting me as a free queer experience for yourself through my content, but now you're also involving me in your relationship as a potential relationship threat. And I'm like, ew. I don't like this at all. I don't like this for me. Because that's the thing, it's just because somebody in your life is queer or into non-monogamy, it doesn't mean you're on the list. It doesn't mean they want to initiate anything with you. Whoa. Love the way he says whoa. Now the dating casual scene for a few years now, so I don't have much exposure to that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, unfortunately, it's not an uncommon experience for people who are poly and whatnot to be treated that way by people in their life who aren't queer and poly, and it's like, listen, whatever weird thing this is doing for you, it's insulting to me. No one here wants anything with you. We were good. Just because I'm polyam doesn't mean I want to get with Steve from the electronics department. 1000%. You're just like, no, you're not. You're not on the menu. Ow. You ruined my plan. I had such a good plan too. Now I'm on fire. That sucks. What am I firing? Oh shit. It doesn't mean you don't either. Steve might be a freak in the sheets. Maybe, but it's like, if just because you're poly doesn't mean you're viewing the entire world around you as an open menu. Maybe I'll be more successful at sneaking this time. Yeah, like if you ever approached her, she could just turn you down. Well, and that's the thing is, like, there was no... This was not somebody I would ever approach. I'm like, no, you didn't need to even have this discussion or boundary with yourselves because you ain't the one. I don't know, they always gotta get weird with it. Go a little sneaky beaky some more. Steve can have his iPhone. I don't swing the way of men. Try and be silly. Being attracted to gender doesn't mean you're attracted to literally every person of the gender. Yeah. Oh no, I get you.
I can refill my pouch with these later.
Yeah, I don't know. It gets old.
All my grudges will be accounted for.
All your grudges will be accounted for? Hey, Penguin, thank you for the resubscription. Now off you go. Well, thank you. Thank you for hanging out.
I'm tired of patrols. They're our first line of defense.
Did we get him? Nice. I didn't think we could get those guys yet. Very, very quiet. I'm hunting webbles. Yeah, I guess case in point. Yeah, you're gonna get so many noodle boobs. A case in point of like ways to not interact with somebody who is spicy and queer is be like, oh, just not you, or like, I would never with you, bitch. That was like, that's just presumptuous as fuck. It's weird. Don't do that. That was a good shot. Complaint desk? Oh, it's a data point. Entire patches of dog hair just floating in the pool. 5th time this week. Mrs. Ketras almost choked on this stuff. The blind bat. I'm telling you, it's those bastards in room 106. I heard the barking. If they say it's human hair one more time, I swear. Noise complaint. These are thin walls, my man. Look, I'm all about releasing stress and all, but maybe don't set the volume to ear bleeding levels, especially since your tastes are so specific, you know? Warehouse smell. Every morning, delivery trucks pull up to that warehouse and the smell just gushes out. Every damn room ends up smelling like a trash can at a vegan's birthday party. Bodies could be dumped here and no one would notice. Now, alright, so this used to be a hotel, I'm guessing. Another demisexual? Oh, you're just like, can't even say that stuff. Thank you for lurking, Rainbow. And then they complain because you're not attracted to them. Oh, that's just it. Is that like, people will literally do the weirdest stuff as if it's normal. And you're like, do you not think about how this sounds to the person receiving it? Because that's just nuts.
Watch it. They may well be back.
We were right to have a look around.
Alright, I'm gonna just retrieve my lobster. To let these guys in. Where's the door?
The gate's open. Let's go.
You make a nice target.
Well, here they come. Ah! Got that one at least. No, 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 not the fire gun, not that, not that. We are not getting taken out by that a second time. Oh, nice, some poison damage, that's a good. Oh my god. Why does it have to do that much damage? Put it out. Wait, what is this? What is this?
My aim's as sure as the sun rises.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun.
He's got a heavy
Yay.
It's exciting.
No! Let me finish him. Got him. Nothing like lobster on a hot summer day. I think I've only had lobster maybe once in my life. Alright, let's find the prisoners.
You make a nice target.
I can't even sing that
See what I
seriously.
can do with this.
Oh, is there somebody still alive out here? Alright, let's take this. When you shoot that guy like a big pizza pie, that's the damage. Alright, I think it's your guys' turn. Woo!
I know you're tougher than that, Edward.
think we got him. Yeah, we're good. Alright, who else is here? You. Whoa. Nice. Yeah, I go for seafood in like sushi version. Wait. Whoa! Where did you come from? I just want to search this for reasons. Oh, that's good. I feel like the crying baby thing is not a bonus. Craving sushi for days now? Yeah, I was saying one play partner took me on a sushi date. And, like, I love sushi, so and so they specifically, the place they took me to, they specifically searched up a place that would have sushi pizza for me. And so when we get there, we're looking at the menu and they're like, did I specifically search for sushi pizza for you? Maybe I did. And I was like, I feel so seen right now.
The device is gonna call a machine.
Uh-oh. Huh? Which machine? Oh, I take it you guys got ads? Uh-oh. Oh dear. Oh no, I didn't come into this with health. Fuck. Wait, what is this thing? Okay. Here's that dream of sushi pizza. Here's me making a frozen mushroom pizza. Aw. I love sushi pizza. It is my favorite food is sushi pizza. There are many things I will do for that. No! Ow! Fuck. Why are you so mean? Ow! Ow! Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Give me a second. I need some stuff so that I can not die immediately. Why are you targeting me? There's two other people here. Ow! Stop! I have no health now. Wow. Why? I need to just give me a breather. Dude. Aw, well, thank you for hanging out, Weird Geek. You know extra about poly is toxic 99% of the time, as they're like, huh, they also said I'm not poly because I'm dating a monogamous person. I respect his choice. That's a boundary. Doesn't mean I can't be poly. Yeah. Well, it's so funny to hear people call poly toxic when they're monogamous people be up to some dumb shit. It's like, are you sure? You sure this isn't you too? Because it sure sounds like you too. Why is this doing no damage? Ow. I think we need to increase the freeze on this. It's mystical the student with direction. There's a fusion cuisine and then there's sushi pizza. And that's just raw. Sushi pizza is amazing. They don't know what they're talking about. Ma'am, get up. Ma'am, move your butt. I don't know what the point of frost bombs are with this thing if it just keeps moving anyway. We got its disc though. Its disc though. Okay, if we can burst those sacks. Yeah, the biphobia also be pretty real. Okay, that's one down. Let me puncture that one. Oh, there's also sacks down there. Maybe we could get those. Gotcha.
All right. I think that's the end of it.
All right, we should get some good parts off of this. Now, being kind of like being more on the poly side, non-monogamous side was something I knew about myself. I think I was about 17 when I clocked it. And unfortunately, I just didn't know how to hold to it. But it's definitely more the relationship model that suits me very well.
I'll put these in my pack.
More complex than most for you because DID. Ah, that would. I think that would complicate most things. Because, yeah, the struggle must be real. Okay, let's get in here. Then I think I'll probably
Here.
be done streaming for
Door's
the
locked,
evening.
but that last rebel had a key on it.
Poly can be just as healthy, if not more so, than monogamy, but everyone needs to talk their communication game.
It's not their fault you were locked up in your own prison.
I'm looking for information about a Karja soldier. She might have been a prisoner here 5 years back. Her name was Nessa.
The Karja Nessa was here. I killed her myself.
Nessa.
I guess she's Tanakh now.
I'll handle this. Go secure the grounds.
It's you, isn't it?
That would be very tricky.
Nessa, how?
It's
Why?
Rataka.
Let me get this straight. You were Nessa. You were brought here as a prisoner during the Red Raids and then became Tanakh?
The Karja forbid women from military service. I lived my life pretending, ashamed of who I really was. But the Tanakh measure a soldier only by their strength and resolve. So I took my place among them.
Nessa. Rataka. I've mourned you for 5 years. Why didn't you let me know you were alive?
I had a new life.
How would
I
she?
wasn't going back. Not even for you, Amadis.
Yeah, they don't. It's not like they have text message. Who would like an ara ara? Oh, 25 days. That's amazing. When I eventually date again, may give Polly a shot. Never was in the old life. No, it was something I knew. It was intrinsic to me for for a very long time.
The way Amadis talked about your time together, I thought you'd still care about him.
It was 5 years ago.
I
Do I have
didn't
another
abandon
ara
him.
ara?
Before the battle, I tried to get Godiah to call off the attack, but of course, he didn't listen. I ended up killing him.
Then he got what he deserved.
I ran for the battlefield to find you. But you were already gone by the time I got there.
I didn't know. But even if I did, I mourned you, and then I moved
Do a
on.
little posture check.
If you were brought here as a prisoner, how did you become Tenakth?
I knew it was only a matter of time before the Tenakth killed me and the others who were held captive. But one day, one of their soldiers stopped in front of my cell, asked how a woman had ended up fighting for the Mad Sun King. As he spoke, I realized he was once Karja.
Fashav.
I heard how he fell at the embassy. He deserved a better death than that. The other prisoners he condemned to death, but he convinced the Tenakth to let me fight for my life. I won through blood and blade. I became Rataka and never looked back.
Hardcore.
So if you became Tenakth, how did you end up as a prisoner here again?
My squad was ordered to retake the rot from Regala's rebels. We failed.
Considering how much Regala seems to hate the Karja, I'm surprised her rebels let you live.
You're right. I'd be dead if they knew. But few Tenakths remember who I once was.
Huh.
You were willing to wear a disguise so that you could serve in the Karja army. Do you miss being Karja at all?
No. The Red Raids showed me there was no honor in fighting for the Karja. And when my comrades and I were brought here as prisoners, we knew no one would ever come for us.
I would have, had I known.
It's better this way. Beneath my Karja armor, I found I had the blood of a Tenakth.
Well, fair enough.
What will you do now?
You've taken back the rot. My squad will ensure it stays that way.
So this is it? After everything we've been through, this is goodbye.
It
Yep.
has to be. My place will always be here, and yours is back east. I'm sorry that you've suffered. You deserve better than how the last 5 years have treated you. I'll make sure you're granted safe passage out of the lowland. Consider it Nessa's final farewell.
At least now you know the truth.
Somehow it hurts worse.
Why?
You must think I'm an idiot.
No, I just think you have a lot to figure out. I'll take you back east to the Sendem. After that, I don't know.
Talana, I understand. I'm sorry it came to this.
Me too. Give me an Aloy moment.
Well, good night, lame person. I'll also be going to bed in a moment here.
No,
What's going to happen between you two?
I'm not sure. He clearly has a lot more feelings to sort through. And I won't be anyone's second choice. I want you to have this. For seeing this through with me.
Now,
No
if
hawk
you
could
were
ask for a
Polly.
better flesh. Or a better friend.
So, I guess this is it then. You're heading back east.
I think I'll hang around Barren Light for a while before returning to Meridian. If you find yourself back that way, look for me there.
I will. Safe travels, Talana.
All right, let me out. Aw, I'm glad to hear that PK screams. Okay, we're gonna come out of there. And pull ourselves back here, because it is now 11 p.m. for me. It's going to be bedtime. And who's still up right now? Oh, there's a few people. Who should I drop you off with? Trying to remember who this was. Every once in a while, like, I'll have rated somebody, but it was like a while back, so I'm like, oh, Mythwitch is doing some Dungeons and Dragons. I'll drop you guys off there. That sounds like a good place to do this. Oh, Jericho had to do a thing. I totally missed it. Oh, thank you for dropping a raid message there, Derigo. So yeah, Mythwitch. Yeah, it was really funny. Like yesterday, during the hate raid, that I got, because I had to come in close to the screen to like check for things, and they were like, look at your big nose, and I was like, does depth perception not mean anything to you? It's big because I have to go close to the screen to type. This is not the insult you think it is. Dumb bitch era. Anyway, we're going to go also into emote only mode. Please remember, you guys, your worth is not your productivity, and do good things for yourself to make your brain go brr. All of the brr. And my next stream will probably be Friday early afternoon, so I can do the rage room in the evening. All right, so take care, and we're gonna drop you off with Mythwitch for some D&D. Good night.